The Forest. It's the new film from Jason Zara. Is it worth your time? Well, probably not, but let's find out anyway. Hello everybody, welcome to the Calvin Vita Show, the show where I do the very typical task of telling you whether a movie is worth your time or not and deserves a spot in your movie collection. As always, I am Ash, and today we're going to be talking about The Forest. So let's just go ahead and venture off the path of good cinema and into the disgusting, raunchy, scary path of January. So The Forest tells the story of a young woman played by Natalie Dormer who travels to Japan to find her twin sister. I know what you're thinking here, double Natalie Dormer. That sounds like the greatest day ever. Stick with me for a second here because it gets worse. And basically she goes to Japan to find her sister because her sister just happened to travel into the Akigahara Forest, which is more commonly known as the Suicide Forest, which is more commonly known as a no-no, and everyone's like, yeah, don't go in there, it's scary. It's 3 spooky 5 me, and Natalie Dormer's like, yeah, no, I'm not just gonna let my sister chill in there, I'm gonna go get her. And then she goes in there and oh no, everyone was right, there's ghosts, how will she deal? And dare I say it, this movie had potential. I mean, the Suicide Forest is a vastly interesting subject matter to me, and it really hasn't been explored in the world of film very much. So, you know, there's a ton of ideas you could come up with the Suicide Forest. Like Gus Van Sant made a movie about it, I'm writing a movie about it, now this person made a movie about it, and they put it in theaters, and I saw it, and, well, I'll just say this, I can't think of any better movie to start off January than this one, because it's garbage. This movie is an absolute miserable time at the theater. When I came out of this movie, the one thing I had in my head wasn't, oh, I'm frightened, oh, this. No, it was, I am miserable. I just sat through that. That's how I spent my afternoon. That's disgusting. Because you sit down and you're like, you know it's not going to be good because it's January and it's a horror film and those two things never make a beautiful baby, but you're just like, but it's Natalie Dormer goes to Japan! I like both those things. When Wolverine did it, it was a damn good time, so maybe this will be the same. And then every passing scene and every new character and every new jump scare they throw right at your face, because that's all this movie can do. It's not horrifying in the slightest, it's just like, boo! With every new one of those, you're sitting there, you're sinking further and further into your seat, just like, as you sit there and ponder the fact this got a theatrical release when it is on the same quality of those straight-to-DVD movies you find at Walgreens for $2 that are bundled with some weird John Goodman movie you've never heard of. That's this movie. Good job. And once again, if you look at the movie on paper, it has potential. A horror film set in the Suicide Forest? That sounds interesting. It sounds like if it was in the right hands, it could be really creepy. Really just, if you built off the forest and had good characters, it could have been something. But it wasn't in good hands, so it's not. It ended up just being the most generic run-of-the-mill horror film I've seen in ages. It's so generic. Everything horror films do nowadays that you hate, this movie's got a checklist. It's doing all of them. It's just like, we're going to do that, and that. And you're sitting there, you're asking the movie for things. You're like, hey, movie, could I have a good character? Like a character I feel for, that's developed and stuff. And the movie's like, oh, I'm sorry, we're clean out of stock on those. But here, have some terrible characters with terrible chemistry and terrible everything else. There's no development here. You're like, oh, geez, well, I don't need those. How about a good script? If you give me a good script, and they're like, sorry, we just ran out of good scripts. Here's some of the worst dialogue you've ever heard in your life. Here you go, try and buy it. And then you're just sitting there like, okay, well, if anything, can you at least have a scary ending that shivers me to my core and won't let me sleep at night? The movie's like, oh, sorry, we ran out of those decades ago. Oh, but here, we just got this in stock. It's one of the worst piles of shit ever. Here you go, have it. It's on a plate for you. It'll only make you reconsider every little thing that you did in your life that led up to you sitting in this theater. And Natalie Dormer's in this movie, and she's serviceable, I guess. She's really not good in the movie, and I don't fault her for that because I know Natalie Dormer's talented. I've seen her be talented. I know she has the power to become a big star. But at the moment, I guess she's just in that part of her career where, like, you know, she's trying to transition from TV to movies, and that's always difficult. So the first thing you gotta do is a shitty horror film that should have never been released, and then maybe next time you'll do something worthwhile. That's what I'm hoping, at least. So in the end, The Forest is absolutely terrible. It is terrible. What a movie to start off 2016, guys. I'm telling you, everything this movie does is bad. It's not scary. The universe it builds up is completely underwhelming and confusing. There are twists that go nowhere. The characters are terrible. Natalie Dormer's hot. That's about it. Go see The Revenant instead. And now this movie's not worth buying on Blu-ray. It's not even worth buying on $2 crappy Walgreens DVD edition. It's not worth anything. It's not worth anything. It can stay there in the Walgreens bargain bin and collect dust because that's what it was made for. The Forest gets a D- out of 10. Hey everybody, thank you so very much for watching my video review for The Forest. I want to hear what you think. Have you seen the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you going to see it? Are you going to skip it? Whatever your thoughts are, leave them in the comment section below because I want to hear them. And as always, guys, if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you like the video that much, consider sharing it. I would be very appreciative. And hey, if you want to get more in touch with me, be sure to follow me on all my socials. But if you want to get more in touch with me, other awesome YouTubers, and other awesome movie fans like yourself, be sure to join the Enter the Cinephile Facebook group. It's a group run by me in the Ramster. And you can come, you can discuss film, and you can party. We have parties. We don't have parties, but you should come anyway. Request to join. We will make it so. But most importantly, stay classy.